The galaxy had watched Earth for centuries, quietly and without much interest. From the edge of human space, alien fleets moved like silent shadows, studying the blue planet. They saw the cities, the wars, and the endless debates among humans. They noted the divisions and the weakness, or at least what they thought was weakness. Most of the council members agreed Earth would fall easily. It would be next in line, just another world to add to their growing empires. On the surface of the planet, people went about their lives as if nothing mattered beyond their own problems. Cities hummed with traffic and lights, and satellites circled quietly above. Most humans had no idea how close the galaxy had come to looking at their home and deciding it did not deserve to survive. Jack Miller walked through the control room of the Orbital Defense Station, checking the screens and monitors. He was a calm man, tall with short brown hair and steady green eyes. He had joined the Planetary Defense Force because he believed humans could be more than what they seemed. But even he did not know if Earth was ready for what was coming. "Any unusual readings?" he asked a young technician named Riley. She shook her head but frowned. "Nothing from outside normal activity," she said. "Just the usual satellite chatter." Jack nodded. He moved to a different station and ran a series of scans himself. Everything looked ordinary, yet something inside him told him that normal was dangerous. In the galaxy, normal often meant unaware, and unaware meant easy prey. Far below, in a quiet town in the Midwest, Lisa Carter was working on an old communications relay. The equipment was dusty, outdated, and mostly forgotten by the agencies that controlled space signals. Lisa was not a soldier. She was an engineer, curious and careful. She loved repairing things that others ignored. Her fingers moved skillfully over wires and panels, her eyes scanning the code displayed on the screen. "Another quiet night," she said to herself. Her voice was soft, but full of focus. The signal patterns were normal, almost boring. That was until she noticed something strange. A tiny blip appeared in the data, almost hidden. Lisa frowned and zoomed in on the blip. It was faint, almost like a whisper in the dark. She checked the source. Nothing matched any known satellite, probe, or transmission. Her heart beat a little faster. Whoever, or whatever, sent it was unknown. Meanwhile, the alien council prepared in a massive chamber above the galaxy. Towering beings with many limbs and strange, sharp faces debated quickly and harshly. Their language was harsh and full of clicks, but the meaning was clear. "This planet is weak," said one of the leaders. "Its fleets are small, its defenses slow. There is no danger in taking it." Another council member shook its head. "Do not underestimate humans. They have survived longer than many species. They are unpredictable." "Unpredictable is easy to destroy," said the first. "Send the fleets. Let Earth fall. The galaxy will not mourn." The decision seemed settled. Earth was next. The fleets began to move quietly, so slowly that humans did not notice. Ships left hidden bases, some disguised as asteroid fields, others cloaked in dark energy. They approached from the far side of the solar system, careful not to disturb satellites or alarms. Back on Earth, Lisa's monitor blinked again. The blip grew stronger. She realized it was repeating in a pattern. It was not random. It was a signal. But the signal was strange, almost like it was alive. She ran it through her decryption programs, but the code was old. Very old. Older than anything she had seen. She grabbed her tablet and called her friend Eric Hall, a young analyst working with space communications. "Eric, you need to see this," she said. Eric leaned over the screen. "That is strange. Where did it come from?" "I don't know," Lisa replied. "It looks like a human transmission, but from decades, maybe centuries ago. Something about it. It feels different. Stronger than anything we know." Eric frowned. Are you saying humans sent this a long time ago? I don't know, but I think it was waiting. Jack Miller received the first reports of unusual transmissions. His face tightened as he read the logs. Every station in orbit had picked up the same strange signal. It moved across the solar system with incredible speed, faster than anything human technology could achieve. He walked to the main communications console and activated the link. "Patch me into Lisa Carter's relay," he said. A moment later, Lisa appeared on the screen. "Captain Miller?" she said, surprised. "Are you responsible for this signal?" he asked. His voice was calm, but urgent. "I don't know," she said honestly. "I found it buried in the old code. It wasn't meant to broadcast until now, I think." Jack nodded. "Keep it active. Do not change anything. I want to see what happens." The signal expanded rapidly, moving beyond the solar system. Sensors on nearby planets picked it up. Alien scouts, observing from a distance, paused. Something about the signal made them uneasy. Their ships slowed. Their leaders received reports that did not make sense. "This signal," one alien officer said, "it is alive?" Another shook its many heads. "It carries knowledge, but it also carries something else. Strength, determination, warning." Back on Earth, Lisa and Jack watched as the signal spread further. People below had no idea what was happening. The sky was unchanged. Life went on as usual. Jack looked at the screens, thinking quickly. "This could be our only chance," he said. "If the galaxy believes we are weaker than we are, they will strike without fear. But this signal, maybe it can change everything." Lisa nodded. "But what is it really saying?" Jack shook his head. "We don't know. But whatever it is human. That means it belongs to us. And we have to protect it." As the night passed, more and more signals appeared, following the same pattern. It was as if the Earth itself was speaking. Some parts of the code seemed to contain human history. Survival in impossible conditions. Resistance against overwhelming forces. Inventions far ahead of their time. The signal spoke of humanity's ability to endure, adapt, and fight. In the alien council chambers, panic spread quietly. Some leaders whispered to each other, unsure what they were seeing. Reports came in from the fleets approaching the solar system. Sensors detected the signal reaching ships far from Earth, even in places they believed humans could not reach. "What is this?" one alien shouted. "This cannot be. We cannot ignore it." "We will not attack a planet that can summon power like this," another said. "We must retreat, or at least wait." The fleets slowed their approach. The galaxy, which had already marked Earth as easy prey, hesitated for the first time in centuries. Back on Earth, Jack and Lisa worked through the night, monitoring the transmission. Every passing hour made them more certain that the signal was extraordinary. It was not just a message. It was a shield, a warning, and a revelation all at once. "I think someone planned this," Lisa said quietly. "Long ago. They wanted humans to survive, no matter what." Jack looked at her. "Then whoever sent it was smart. Very smart. And now it's up to us to make sure it works." By morning, the first alien scouts had retreated from the edge of the solar system. Some factions debated what to do next, but the hesitation gave humanity time. Earth remained unaware, its people going about daily life. But it had survived the first wave of attention. Jack breathed a little easier but knew it was only the beginning. "This signal is our chance," he said to Lisa. "But we have to be ready. The galaxy is watching." Lisa nodded. "Then let's make sure they see the truth. Not weakness, not fear, but us." And so, Earth stood, unknowingly strong, as the galaxy paused. What had been expected to fall easily was instead quietly revealing, that humans were far more than anyone had guessed. One transmission, simple and powerful, had already begun to change everything. Jack looked at the screens again. If they hear this, they will think twice. Lisa smiled, almost nervously. Let's hope they understand it the right way. The signal pulsed through space, moving beyond human comprehension but full of intent. It carried the story of survival, the history of struggle, and the promise of something greater. Somewhere in the galaxy, alien eyes widened. They had believed humans were weak, simple, and easy to defeat. They were about to learn a very different truth. And on Earth, life continued as usual, unaware of the silent war in the stars, unaware that one signal had already begun to change the fate of every world in the galaxy. The transmission had spread far beyond the solar system. Alien ships picked it up in systems where humans had never been. Commanders stared at the signals, confused and uneasy. The code was not just noise or random pulses. It carried meaning, knowledge, and something else that they could not understand. It carried humanity. On Earth, Jack Miller watched the reports coming from distant sensors. He could barely believe the scale. "It is moving faster than any probe we know," he said to Lisa. "It is reaching systems we cannot even see yet." Lisa frowned at the screens. "It is more than a signal," she said. "It feels alive, like it wants to be heard." Jack nodded. "Then we need to make sure it is heard in the right way." Meanwhile, in the Alien Council, panic spread quickly. Leaders spoke in urgent clicks and growls, their voices rising in alarm. "This cannot be," shouted one. "The humans, they are not what we thought." "They are more organized than we believed," said another, its limbs shaking. "This signal, it is a warning. We cannot attack without knowing what we are facing." A smaller faction argued for caution. "Let them be," it said. "This planet is small, almost insignificant. Perhaps it is bluffing." "No bluff can carry this much history," a council elder replied. "Look at the code. It shows battles, inventions, survival. Humans have faced dangers we cannot imagine, and survived. They are not defenseless." Back on Earth, Lisa and Eric worked through the night trying to decode more of the signal. Every message revealed another piece of humanity's past. There were stories of survival in extreme environments, records of wars fought for freedom, and evidence of ingenuity far beyond what the aliens thought humans could achieve. "Look at this," Lisa said, pointing at a map of old human colonies. "These are planets humans colonized centuries ago. Hidden, secret, and still functioning. We thought we had lost them, but they were never lost." Eric stared at the map. "They are everywhere. Quietly waiting. Preparing." Jack came over, his expression serious. "This changes everything. If the aliens see what we really are, they may stop before attacking. But it also means we need to be ready. Some will try anyway." In distant space, the alien fleets approached the outer edge of the solar system. Commanders debated. Some wanted to continue with the plan to conquer Earth. Others feared the unknown. The transmission had spread faster than they could track. Ships reported strange readings. Shields fluctuated near the signal. Some alien pilots claimed to feel fear, even though humans were thousands of light years away. "Fear?" one alien muttered. "We do not fear. We dominate." Yet even as they spoke, the signal reached them, showing humans who had survived impossible odds. Humans who had resisted far greater empires. Humans who had never surrendered. The transmissions carried not anger or threat, but determination. It was enough to make some pause. On Earth, Lisa realized something important. This signal wasn't meant to scare, she told Jack. It was meant to show strength. Humans are not weak. We survive, adapt, and fight. That is what it is saying. Jack nodded. Then it is doing its job. The galaxy will notice, one way or another. Some alien leaders began to consider retreat. If humans can survive this much, what else are they hiding? One asked. Others were not so quick. It is only a message, another said. Humans may be bluffing. We must strike before they prepare fully. Jack knew that time was short. He organized Earth's orbital defenses, quietly preparing without alarming the public. Satellites were reactivated, communication grids strengthened, and old stations repaired. Lisa worked with him, coordinating the signal and making sure it kept spreading. In space, a scout ship from one of the alien empires approached near the asteroid belt. The crew reported strange interference. Instruments showed an unusual field surrounding Earth, subtle but unmistakable. They could not explain it. This is... The alien fleet commander convened a private meeting. He was worried but also curious. We may have underestimated them, he said to his officers. We should study the signal further before we decide. Meanwhile, more humans began to notice strange phenomena. Satellites blinked. Space signals hummed in ways scientists could not explain. And astronomers reported unusual patterns in the night sky. Most dismissed them as anomalies. Only a few, like Jack and Lisa, understood that something extraordinary was happening. Eric worked in the control room, running calculations on the transmission. It copies itself, spreads, and even adjusts to different systems. It's like it has a mind of its own. 9. Jack leaned back. Then it's exactly what we need. Humans do not fight like other species. We adapt. This signal adapts. It shows them what we can do. Lisa's hands flew over her keyboard. It's showing them more than power. It's showing humanity. Our history, our struggles, our victories. In the Alien Council, the debate continued. Some factions began to argue that Earth should not be attacked. A planet like this, one said, may be more valuable alive than conquered. Perhaps they can become allies. Others disagreed. Too dangerous, another said. If humans are as strong as this signal claims, we must act before they grow even stronger. Jack realized the first victory had been achieved. The aliens were divided. Their confidence in an easy conquest was gone. The transmission had bought humanity time. Lisa smiled, tired but excited. We did not even plan this, she said. And yet, it is working. Sometimes, Jack said, the best weapons are the ones that reveal who we are, not just what we can destroy. The alien fleets shifted. Some ships retreated to study the signal, while others held positions, unsure of what to do next. Reports came back of interference in weapons systems, shields fluctuating unexpectedly, and confusion among crews. Earth had already begun to fight without a single shot being fired. Eric pointed at the screens. They are watching, and they are scared. Or at least, unsure. That counts for something. More than something, Jack said. That counts for time. Time we need to prepare. Meanwhile, Lisa's relay continued to pulse the signal into space. It carried more than instructions or messages. It carried human pride, human endurance, and human determination. Every alien system that picked it up felt something unfamiliar. Respect, caution, and a growing fear of underestimating the humans. In distant colonies, humans who had lived quietly on hidden worlds began to notice the signal too. They felt the pull, the message calling them home. They did not know why, but something deep inside told them to wake, to prepare. Jack realized the scale of what was happening. It is bigger than just Earth, he said to Lisa. Humans everywhere are starting to respond. Hidden fleets, colonies, survivors, they will all hear this. Lisa's eyes widened. Then it is not just a message. It is a call, a warning, A revelation. The Alien Council realized the same thing. The galaxy had assumed humans were weak and divided. They had assumed Earth would be next in line. But the transmission had changed everything. Questions filled their minds. How strong are these humans? How far does their reach go? What else are they hiding? On Earth, Jack, Lisa, and Eric continued their work. They did not know how the aliens would react fully, but they knew the first step had been taken. Humans were no longer invisible. Humans were no longer assumed weak. The signal continued to spread, faster than anyone could track. Each pulse, each message, carried the story of survival. Humans who had fought impossible odds. Humans who had endured loss and hardship. Humans who had never surrendered. Some alien scouts began to retreat quietly, unwilling to risk confrontation without full knowledge. Others prepared, unsure if the humans were bluffing. The galaxy was divided, just as humans had hoped. Jack looked at the stars. "We are not ready for war yet," he said. "But we are ready to be seen. That is the first step." Lisa nodded. "And the first step has already changed the galaxy." In the council chambers, alien leaders argued late into their cycles. What they had assumed would be a simple conquest now required thought, strategy, and caution. The humans were not what they seemed. The humans were something else entirely. And on Earth, life continued as usual. People went to work. Children played. Cities moved with the rhythm of everyday life. But above them, in orbit and in hidden stations, humans prepared quietly. They were not fighting yet, but the galaxy now knew they existed. And knowing was the first step toward respect, survival, and something greater. One transmission, simple but powerful, had already shaken the galaxy. Earth, once next in line for conquest, was now a question, a mystery, a challenge. And humanity, quietly and patiently, waited for the moment when the galaxy would finally understand what it meant to face them. The galaxy had stopped taking Earth for granted. Alien fleets that had once assumed humans were weak now approached with caution. The signal had spread like wildfire, and its message was clear. Humans were not defenseless. But the true scale of humanity's power was still unknown. Jack Miller stood on the bridge of the orbital command station, watching the reports arrive. Every system in the solar system was now monitoring the alien fleets. Ships moved in quiet formation, ready for anything. Jack had ordered this preparation carefully, keeping most of humanity unaware. Ordinary people continued their lives, unaware of the storm that had nearly been upon them. Lisa Carter was in the communications lab, watching the transmission pulse outward. It had become more than a warning. It was now a revelation. Hidden human colonies, secret fleets, and ancient defense stations were beginning to respond. Each system that heard the signal activated quietly, showing that humanity's reach was far greater than any alien intelligence had assumed. "Look at this," Lisa said, pointing to a cluster of dots on the map. "These are old stations. Some built hundreds of years ago. They were abandoned. But the signal is waking them up." Eric Hall leaned over her shoulder. "It's like they were waiting for a signal. We never even knew they were there." Jack stepped forward, his eyes narrowing. "Then this is more than a warning. This is humanity showing itself. We are not weak. We have never been weak. And now, the galaxy is seeing it." In distant space, alien leaders watched in disbelief. Reports came in of fleets that were supposed to be inactive, suddenly powering up. Ships that had been considered obsolete began moving with surprising speed. Some alien factions panicked, unsure if humans had discovered technologies far beyond what they had expected. "This is impossible," one alien commander said. "We have watched them. They are small, weak, insignificant. Yet now, they are everywhere." Another shook its head. "It is as if the entire species is responding at once. Hidden stations, fleets, colonies. It is too coordinated for a weak species. Jack knew the alien hesitation was temporary. Some would soon attack, unwilling to admit that humans could not be conquered. But he also knew that humanity had an advantage. The signal had shown their history, their endurance, and their ability to survive. It had changed the perception of every observer in the galaxy. Lisa turned to him. "Captain, the signal is reaching even further. Some fleets that were hundreds of light years away are slowing. They are listening." Jack nodded. "Good. That means they are paying attention. And that gives us time to prepare." On Earth, the hidden fleets began to move. Small ships that had been retired or abandoned powered up in secret. Artificial intelligence systems that had been dormant for decades came online. Human engineers, many long retired or working in quiet corners of the galaxy, activated old stations. Every hidden resource was coming together without the public even knowing. Eric looked at the map. "This is incredible. We are stronger than we thought, even without a full military mobilization." Jack smiled. "That is the point. Humanity has always survived by being underestimated. Now we are being noticed, and we can control the first impression." In the Alien Council, fear and respect spread quickly. Some leaders realized that the humans they had written off as weak could now challenge entire fleets. Others wanted to attack immediately, hoping to strike before humanity fully revealed itself. "You do not understand," a council elder said. "Humans do not fight like other species. They are adaptable, relentless, and clever. If we attack now, we risk losing far more than we gain. But if we wait," another argued, "they will only grow stronger. We may lose the opportunity." Crime. Well, take it. And crime self-voted. Well take it. Well take it. End crime. Well take it. 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 Jack watched the communications reports carefully. Alien scouts were now reporting strange anomalies. Fields of energy surrounded human fleets, but they did not match known weapons or shields. Some scouts reported interference in their systems when they approached too closely. "This is more than defense," Lisa said. "It's a signal, a shield, and a warning all in one." Jack nodded. "Exactly. And the best part? They do not know it yet. They think humans are still weak. They are about to be proven wrong." The first direct contact occurred when a small alien scout ship approached Earth, attempting to observe a hidden human fleet. It was detected immediately. Human sensors had already anticipated this. Jack watched as the fleet quietly moved to intercept. "Prepare a non-lethal signal," he said. "We do not want to start a war. We want them to see the truth." 1. Lisa activated the system, sending a strong energy pulse toward the scout. The pulse carried data, images of human history, survival, and hidden strength. It was enough to confuse the alien sensors and make the crew pause. On the scout ship, the aliens stared at the display. Ships they had considered easy prey were moving faster than expected. Energy fields surrounded the planet, and hidden stations had appeared. Messages of human endurance, ingenuity, and survival flashed across their screens. "This cannot be," one of the officers shouted. "They are everywhere, and they are prepared." The scout returned to the fleet with a full report. Alien commanders held emergency meetings. Some wanted to attack immediately, but others urged caution. Every faction felt the pressure. Humanity was no longer a simple target. It was a mystery, a threat, and a force to respect. Back on Earth, Jack, Lisa, and Eric monitored the responses. They knew the first step had succeeded. Humans were no longer invisible. Their history, endurance, and ingenuity had been revealed. "Look at this," Lisa said, showing the incoming data. Hidden colonies are coming online. Old fleets are activating. Humans everywhere are responding to the signal. Eric whistled. This is incredible. We have never seen anything like this. The galaxy is about to realize we are not weak. Jack smiled. That is the point. We do not need to fight yet. We just need to be seen. The alien fleets began to hesitate. Some ships held back, unsure if humans could be defeated. Others began scanning the transmissions, trying to understand the scale of human strength. Some factions considered retreating entirely. Lisa leaned back in her chair. It worked. The signal is doing exactly what it was meant to do. Humans are not hiding anymore. But we are not fighting yet. We are showing them we exist. And that is enough for now. Jack nodded. The galaxy assumed we were weak. Now they know the truth. We have time, and time is everything. In hidden locations across the solar system, human engineers and pilots prepared quietly. They did not reveal themselves to the public. Ordinary people continued their lives, unaware that humanity's secret power was awakening. Jack spoke to Lisa and Eric. Prepare for the next phase. We need to continue broadcasting, but carefully. We do not want war yet. But we need the galaxy to know that humans are not to be underestimated. Lisa worked quickly, adjusting the transmission. It carried more than warnings. It carried instructions, hidden data, and subtle demonstrations of human technology. It was clear that humans could adapt, survive, and respond to any threat. Eric added, even fleets far from the solar system are reacting. Some are slowing down. They are unsure if they can take us. Jack nodded. Good. That is exactly what we need. Confusion, caution, and respect. The galaxy will see that humans are not weak. The Alien Council debated late into their cycles. They realized that humanity's true power was being revealed in stages. Each step of the transmission, each activation of hidden stations and fleets, proved that humans were clever, resilient, and adaptable. This is not a planet we can conquer, one elder said. It is a species we cannot ignore. We may need to negotiate instead of fight. Another shook its head. Perhaps. But some will never accept humans as equals. They will attack. No matter what. Jack knew this was inevitable. Not every alien faction could be convinced. But he also knew that humanity had gained the advantage. The galaxy was beginning to understand that humans were different from what they expected. On Earth, Lisa smiled as she watched the transmission expand further. It is amazing. The humans who were hiding, the fleets that were forgotten, the colonies that were lost, they are all responding. Humanity is awake. Jack looked out the window at the sky. And the galaxy is watching. They thought we were weak, but now they are learning the truth. And this is only the beginning. The signal pulsed outward, stronger and more coordinated than ever. Alien scouts reported confusion, hesitation, and fear. Some factions called for retreat, while others debated their next move. Humanity had become a question that the galaxy could not answer. Jack, Lisa, and Eric continued their work, knowing that the next steps would shape the future of Earth and the galaxy. Humans had revealed their hidden strength without firing a single shot. They had shown endurance, ingenuity, and determination. And the galaxy, which had assumed Earth was next in line, now paused. Humans were no longer weak. They were alive, prepared, and waiting. For the first time in history, the galaxy realized that humans were not just survivors. They were a force to be respected. And humanity, quietly, patiently, prepared for the moment when the galaxy would finally understand what it truly meant to face them. The galaxy had stopped treating Earth as weak. Alien fleets that once assumed humanity would fall easily now approached cautiously, scanning and analyzing every movement. Jack Miller watched the reports on the command screens. Hidden fleets were online, old stations powered up, and colonies long forgotten were responding to the signal. Humanity had shown its true strength without firing a single shot. Lisa Carter adjusted the communications relay again. "The signal is still spreading," she said. "It's reaching even the outer sectors. Some fleets are retreating. Others are holding their positions, unsure what to do." Eric Hall leaned over her shoulder, pointing at a cluster of dots on the galactic map. "Look at this. The fleets that were approaching Earth have stopped. Some are moving back. They are cautious now." Jack nodded. "Good. That is exactly what we want. The galaxy is starting to respect us. They are seeing humans for what we really are." In the Alien Council, panic and admiration mixed in equal measure. Leaders debated fiercely. "We cannot attack," one said. "They are stronger than we believed. Entire fleets have appeared that we did not know existed. Their technology, their organization, it is beyond what we expected." Another disagreed. "We must strike before they fully mobilize. We cannot let a species like this exist unchecked." The argument continued for cycles, but the hesitation was already humanity's advantage. Alien fleets began to pull back from the solar system. Even those who still wanted to attack realized the risks were too great. Humans had been underestimated for centuries, and that had cost them the element of surprise. Back on Earth, Jack addressed his team. "This is our moment," he said. "We have shown the galaxy that humans are not weak. Now we need to make sure the right message is heard. We are not here to conquer, but we are here to survive and be respected." Lisa nodded. "I've already adjusted the transmission. It is no longer just a warning. It is an invitation. It shows who we are, what we can do, and that we are ready to be equal." Eric added, "Hidden fleets and stations are responding. Humans everywhere are waking up. They are ready to support Earth if needed. Fleet. Earth some time. Fleet are ready to support Earth if needed." Jack smiled. "Then the galaxy will see the full picture, and they will know that attacking us is not simple. It is dangerous." Rhyme. Less. Nos. In distant space, alien scouts reported their findings. They saw fleets, long thought destroyed or abandoned, moving in formation. They detected energy fields surrounding planets and stations. They reported humans coordinating across vast distances with skill and precision. Some alien leaders began to fear the humans could respond anywhere, at any time. "This is remarkable," one said. "We thought they were weak, but they are everywhere and ready." Another shook its head. "We must reconsider. Perhaps they are not a threat we can defeat. Perhaps they are something more." Jack observed the alien movements carefully. Some factions were retreating completely, deciding it was not worth the risk. Others still hovered near human systems, cautious but curious. Humanity had earned respect without firing a single shot. On Earth, the hidden fleets began to move visibly for the first time. They did not attack, but they positioned themselves to defend, showing strength and coordination. The energy fields around planets and stations pulsed steadily, a clear sign that humans were ready if provoked. Lisa watched the live feeds. "They are finally seeing it," she said. "Humans are not defenseless. We are ready for anything, but we are not aggressive." Jack nodded. "That is the key. The galaxy must see that we are strong, but not reckless. They must understand that attacking us is dangerous, but cooperation is possible." In the Alien Council, a vote was called. For centuries, the galaxy had treated Earth as insignificant. Now, the question was different. What should they do with humanity? Some argued for alliance. "They have proven themselves," one elder said. "They survived alone, hid their strength, and now they reveal it on their own terms. We should accept them as equals. Others argued for caution. They are dangerous. We do not fully understand them, but they do not attack us yet. Perhaps we can wait and study them further. In the end, the decision was unanimous in one key point. Earth would no longer be considered next in line for conquest. Humanity had claimed its place in the galaxy, not through war, but through cleverness, endurance, and the courage to show its true self. Jack turned to Lisa and Eric. The galaxy is watching. We have made our point. Now it is time to maintain our position, stay alert, and continue showing humanity as it truly is. Lisa smiled. It is amazing. The galaxy thought we were weak, but we have changed their minds without a single shot being fired. Eric nodded. And the hidden humans out there. They are waking up. Our strength is more than what the aliens see. They are just beginning to understand it. Jack looked at the stars. Then we have done what we set out to do. Humans are no longer invisible. The galaxy knows we exist. And more importantly, they know not to underestimate us. In distant sectors, alien fleets slowly adjusted their positions. Some withdrew entirely. Others moved cautiously, ready to study humans more closely. Every movement carried the recognition that humanity was no longer a simple planet to conquer. Humans were clever, adaptable, and coordinated across vast distances. They had survived impossible odds, hidden their strength, and revealed it when the time was right. On Earth, life continued for ordinary people unaware of the cosmic events above. Cities bustled, children played, and families went about their routines. But behind the scenes, humans were awake and prepared. Fleets were ready, hidden stations active, and communications secure. Humanity had learned how to survive the galaxy's judgment and come out stronger. Jack spoke to Lisa and Eric one final time. This is just the beginning. We have made the first impression. The galaxy respects humans now, but we must continue to show that we can endure, adapt, and protect ourselves. Lisa nodded. We will continue the transmission. It will show our history, our strength, and our willingness to be allies, but also our ability to defend ourselves. Eric added, the hidden fleets will stay ready. Humans across the galaxy will continue to respond. The galaxy has seen the beginning, but they do not know our full potential yet. Jack smiled. Then we are ready. The galaxy assumed Earth was next. They thought we would fall easily, but we have shown them the truth. Humans survive, humans endure, humans adapt, and humans will always fight to protect themselves and their home. In space, alien leaders realized the full scale of humanity's revelation. Some were impressed, some fearful, and some cautious. But every faction had learned the same lesson. Earth was no longer weak, and humans were no longer prey. Jack looked out at the stars one last time. We did not need to fight to prove ourselves. The galaxy saw who we really are, and that is enough, for now. Lisa smiled, exhausted but proud. We showed them. Humanity is alive, prepared, and ready to be respected. Eric nodded. And now we wait. We remain ready, but we also continue to grow, learn, and prepare. The galaxy has seen the first part of who we are. The transmission continued to pulse outward, reaching systems far beyond human comprehension. It carried the history of survival, ingenuity, and courage. It carried a warning and a message of strength. Humanity had changed its fate, not through war, but through careful strategy, hidden strength, and the courage to reveal its true self at the right time. Alien fleets adjusted their positions, some retreating, some watching. Earth was no longer the next in line. Humanity had earned its place in the galaxy, not by conquest, not by domination, but by endurance, adaptability, and cleverness. Jack, Lisa, and Eric continued to monitor, knowing that this was only the first chapter in humanity's place among the stars. Humans had been underestimated for centuries, but now they were seen. The galaxy had learned a powerful lesson. Earth is not weak, and humans are a force to be respected. As the stars shone above, Jack spoke quietly to his team. The galaxy looked down on us. They thought we were easy, but one transmission changed everything. We survived, we adapted, and we showed the truth. Earth is not next in line. Earth is alive, awake, and ready. Lisa smiled softly. And the galaxy finally knows it. Eric nodded. The humans out there, the hidden ones, the secret fleets, they will all respond when needed. We are ready for whatever comes next. Jack turned back to the screens. Then humanity's story continues. We have shown our strength, and the galaxy will remember. We are survivors. We are adaptable. And we are ready. The stars above Earth glimmered, silent witnesses to the revelation. Humanity had survived a galaxy that had assumed it was weak. Humanity had revealed its strength without a single battle. And humanity had changed the course of its fate forever. The galaxy looked down on Earth once again, but this time, it saw a planet alive, ready, and impossible to ignore. One transmission had done what centuries of diplomacy and hidden preparation could not. It had shown the galaxy the truth. Earth was not next in line. Humanity was alive, awake, and a force to be respected. And the stars, silent and endless, now held a new understanding of what it truly meant to face humans.